All right. We're going to talk a little bit about expanded consciousness, right? This stuff in like spirituality and mysticism. It's definitely a difficult topic to talk about with words, kind of the finger pointing at the moon type of deal. But, we're getting into Sagittarius season. And so, that is all about expanded consciousness. And so we want to touch base on that with you just quick. And, Sagittarius also has to do with, philosophy and religion and, travel too, a bunch of things. So we're getting out of Scorpio season, which is, and also with, the eclipse that just happened. But a lot of it has to do with deep stuff, deep topics, and sometimes, psychological, and taboo type things like death and sex, money, transformation, maybe really difficult time in some capacity, physically, emotionally, deep stuff. And now, so getting into Sagittarius season is it's the phoenix rising out of the ashes. That's the kind of vibe that happens on this cusp, getting into it. So now we're figuring out, we're like, why did I have to go through the things that I went through? I had to experience that to be where I am today for some reason, and it's thinking about it. And so Sagittarius is always also the arrow. Taking aim, it's optimism, and taking aim at a distant goal, and then it's also just expansion and good optimistic stuff too. So that's great, And so if we're talking about expanding consciousness, like this stuff here, this is my books, and I read a lot, and there's a lot of wisdom I get through reading. It's a very personal thing. It's a solitary thing, and this all comes into the mind, which is great. But you have the heart here too. So there's coming in, learning mental, and then there's putting it to use, through the heart, through your way of being, and then there's also just doing, investigating. A lot of investigating with yourself. Trying to figure out, maybe why you are the way you are, or, accepting yourself and loving yourself and stuff like that too. You come to realize, especially doing astrology, that, we all have challenges in our lives, and, everyone is just so unique, so you get to learn about yourself, and then you start to understand, geez, I am unique of my own, but people are also unique on their own too. Right? So we get some compassion that way. When you learn about yourself, and when you're doing work on yourself too, then you're helping not only you, that self-love is super important, but you're helping your partner, you're helping your people that surround you, friends, community, so it's it expands in that way when you're doing the inner work, which is good. So spirituality has a lot to do with, there's more than just this. Your consciousness is bigger than just the 3D consciousness. We got the flashlight consciousness, the ego mind, and then there's floodlight consciousness. All seeing everything all around, and just being a part of it all. Spirituality is about being part of everything. Seeing, God is everything, everywhere, and you're a part of that, just as everybody else is. And so it's a bigger, wider consciousness. And as far as like astrology goes, it's as above, so below, as within, so without. So everything is, reflecting in your consciousness out and reflecting back to you and people, and what you experience and stuff like that. Yes, it's difficult to talk about, it's very kind of out there for, you know, myself, and it's hard to talk about, but I enjoy it so much. And it's because it's hard for me to talk about, I want to be talking more about it, because it's not something that I normally do, but I'm very interested. And so I'm interested in learning about me, I'm interested in learning about you. I do astrology, so I can read your birth chart, and we can talk about the deep stuff, that's for sure. And especially if you're going through some, you know, a hard time or something like that. I'll probably do another video just talking specifically about astrology and how that works. But so yeah, I just want to bring in that it's a time of awakening and expanding consciousness. Think about that, and you know, your truth and being, figuring out who you are and what your truth is, and being that, you know, coming into this, you know, kind of like a new way of yourself and expanding yourself consciously. Fun stuff. Okay, that's what you get. All right, bye.